Over 3 years ago, I started the journey that took me from being just an ordinary guy studying engineering to becoming a full-time self-publisher and entrepreneur. In this video, I want to tell you how I did it, starting from day one when I had no money to invest and just wanted to scrape some cash together, all the way to today where I live off self-publishing along with my girlfriend. I'm not making this video just to inspire you, but to show you all the steps that allow me to reach these results with as much honesty as possible, so that you can take notes and understand if you can do it too. Compared to everyone else, I don't make a living selling courses about some old obsolete method. To this day, my main job is self-publishing, and I do it according to my own system and my own way of seeing things. I provide most of my training completely for free, except for some deep dives that always cost less than a dinner at a restaurant, and only serve to compensate me for the time I dedicate to this secondary activity. Also, my method for self-publishing has nothing to do with the issues of extreme competition and market saturation on Amazon KDP, so I have no problem showing it to other people. If you are ready to learn how I became a professional self-publisher, then I suggest you grab a pen and paper and watch the video until the end, because I'm going to tell you the whole story. Let's get started. When I discovered Amazon KDP and self-publishing, it was December 2022. I was 22 years old and a management engineering student here in Milan. In general, my life wasn't going great. The COVID-19 pandemic had recently ended, and after spending so many months cooped up at home, my desire to study had completely tanked. Don't get me wrong, I've always had a desire to learn new things, but what I was studying at university was just plain boring, mostly useless, and didn't stimulate me at all. I had chosen the management engineering path because what I always wanted to do was manage a company, and what I was studying had practically nothing to do with that. So during those months, I decided to look for some side hustles so I could independently pay for my university tuition, trips, and all the small expenses I had for my hobbies or going out. At that time, my only real experience involving the world of online sales was some video editing and graphic design services I offered around age 18 on Fiverr. Other than that, I had tried dropshipping once but failed miserably and even lost money on it. Until that December, totally by chance, I discovered the existence of Amazon KDP through a video on TikTok. My eyes lit up because I'd been looking for something I could sell online for months, but the problem was that there were too many upfront costs and I absolutely couldn't afford them. When I found out I could delegate everything to Amazon and take a large percentage of the sales directly without having to manage anything and without having to invest practically anything, a whole new world opened up for me. Caught up in the enthusiasm, I published my first notebook, kind of like everyone does. But obviously I didn't get any results because it had no real value. So still driven by the desire to exploit this new earning method I had discovered, I started doing some research to find an idea that could work. That's when I asked my girlfriend Miriam for help, and together we started looking everywhere for something that didn't exist yet and that made sense to create in book form. Then one day an ad popped up on Instagram promoting a product for Valentine's Day. It was a large hardcover book sold on an Italian site that had date ideas for couples. Our first reaction was, I would never buy that. But then, in the following days, this ad kept appearing, and we started wondering if it could actually be an original idea. We started searching Amazon to see if there were other books like it, and there actually was something, but neither the book we saw on Instagram nor the ones already on KDP seemed that great to us. That's when we realized we could do better. And that's when we decided to create our first real book. Now, what you're definitely thinking is, okay, so your method is just copying other people's products. That's where the best part comes in. We didn't just create a simple book with date ideas. We transformed it into a real memory album with 50 challenges to complete and space on each page to paste a photo of the experience. It was a genius idea for 3 simple reasons. First of all, we took 2 totally different formats and combined them into something unique. In the second place, we turned a simple book into a real keepsake, an object you could flip through 10 years from now to look back at all the beautiful experiences shared together. Third, and perhaps the most important aspect, our book solved a big problem in a totally innovative way. And this is one of the core principles of our method. Our book solved the problem that happens when a couple has been together for a while and the relationship becomes routine, often even boring. You probably know what it's like when two people always do the same things when they see each other, usually sitting on the couch watching Netflix, or if they're really feeling inspired, going shopping or eating at a restaurant. Over time, this ruins the relationship because the spark slowly goes out. Well, our book solved this problem in a very specific way by using the photo factor. Because convincing someone to leave the house and do something original just to finish a book is hard, but if you add the possibility of having a photo memory for every experience into the equation, everything changes. Automatically, our book became something extremely colorful and beautiful to look at, practically inviting you to share it on Instagram or TikTok. Fantastic! We had the winning idea. In about 3 weeks, we created the book and published it. But the last piece of the puzzle we were missing was the most important one. How could we show our book to people? Keep in mind that we had no money to invest in ads, and we knew very well that we wouldn't easily get results organically. Then magically an idea came to me when I remembered that a few months earlier I had seen a YouTube video of a dropshipper explaining how he managed to sell thousands of his products just by showing them in TikTok videos. Zero cost. Just the willingness to constantly post videos on TikTok. Consider that I had never even remotely touched TikTok. I didn't even use it as a consumer because I didn't like it as a social network. We decided to give it a shot. We had nothing to lose. So we ordered a copy of the book, filled it with photos and writing as if we had used it, and started taking photos and recording videos for TikTok. It was around January 25th when we posted the first content. And after not even 3 days, one of our videos started going viral. In a very short time, that video reached over 1 million views and now it has about 3 million. I won't lie, it was a very simple video, and looking back after all this time, I actually wonder how it was even possible for it to go viral. But the best part was the results we got. In practically 15 days from the publication of the first video, we earned about $20,000 without investing anything, just by posting videos on TikTok. This was our first turning point. We realized that content marketing could bring us an incredible amount of money that was hard to compare to where we could get with Amazon ads. From that moment on, we just had to perfect our method and keep publishing new books and new content. I wish I could keep telling you a perfect story full of success and tell you that I became a millionaire that year, but I'd be lying to you. It was almost Valentine's Day, just around the corner, and in those days, we were consistently making between $2,000 and $3,000 a day. Insane numbers. Until February 10th, when the fateful email arrived. My book had been blocked because it infringed on a registered trademark, and someone had reported it to Amazon. They were competitors of ours who didn't even publish on Amazon, but sold their products directly from their own website, and they had trademarked the two words couple challenge. Looking back now, I feel so stupid, but at the time I didn't think there was such strictness in choosing book titles. And above all, I didn't think two common words could get your book blocked. The worst part, obviously, was that I risked getting absolutely nothing from all of this because while the book was blocked, the account hadn't been closed yet. I had to wait 2 months to hope that about $20,000 would arrive 1 month and another $5,000 the next. In the meantime, I had to try to figure out what to do because what seemed like the business that was going to make me rich overnight had basically slammed a door in my face after less than a month. I definitely couldn't publish a new book on my account because I didn't want to risk getting banned permanently and not receiving the money. So with a lot of determination, we opened a new account in my girlfriend Miriam's name and got to work on a new version of the book, improved in every single way. This time the drawings were handmade by us because in the meantime we had equipped ourselves with a new iPad and Procreate. We improved the cover, the layout of the various pages, and most importantly, we chose a different name, something totally original that clearly expressed the goal of our book. without thinking about keywords or anything like that. We checked the global trademark database 1,000 times before publishing, and everything seemed fine. I won't lie to you, getting back to work after that blow was very difficult. But since we weren't even sure we'd receive the money we had already earned, we absolutely had to do it. From that point on, we decided to work in a serious and professional way. We sat down at a table and started thinking about how to organize our work and above all, how to turn it into a precise system that we could follow in the future for every book. We knew very well that if we found the right path and most importantly an original method compared to everything else online, one day we could share it with many other people, so it was important to create specific processes to follow. The new book was doing okay. In the first 2 months, we generated about $4,000 in total royalties. Not a crazy number, but then again, it wasn't Valentine's Day anymore, and it was a totally new book without a single review. Plus, at the end of those 2 months, the bank transfers for the royalties from the blog book started hitting our account. It was official. We had made about $25,000 and we had a business that was still bringing in a really good income. The ban was a setback, but we had moved past it. On top of that, several months later, we tried to publish a new book on the old account, but obviously, as soon as it was approved, it was immediately and permanently banned. Now we're getting to the most interesting part of my story. Sure, the 30K we made in those first few months was fantastic, but it could have just been a stroke of luck and nothing more. We had learned our lesson and we knew we had to handle the copyright side of things more carefully than anything else. But now we wanted to create a real system, and the following months were crucial for validating our method. We tested different types of content, tried to optimize them, and figure out how to record them as efficiently as possible, trying to make sure we didn't have to spend our entire lives just making TikTok videos. The content had to be easy to create, fast, high volume, and most importantly, it had to have high viral potential. And I have to say, we absolutely nailed it. Over the next few months, our book generated 13K in May, 20K in June, 13K in July, and another 3K in August. In 4 months, we had made 50K without spending a single dollar on ads, and especially during a time of year that wasn't exactly favorable. Basically, in just a random summer, we made 50K from a book designed for couples. Our method was working great, so we kept going down this path, and today this book alone has generated a total of $182,000 in royalties. We never sponsored it through advertising, and all the earnings come solely and exclusively from TikTok content. The first fundamental lesson I want to share with you is definitely that it's not the quantity of books you publish that impacts your earnings. Quite the opposite. The reality is that knowing how to choose which products to focus on, validating them one by one, and then going all in on that small circle is the best thing you can do. Right now, we have about 10 active books and we launched them one at a time, months apart, to have time to integrate them into our strategy and validate them. The opposite strategy of creating hundreds of books every year, hoping some of them turn a profit, has too many flaws. First of all, obviously, if you push the quantity too high, the quality is definitely going to drop significantly. Keep in mind that our books are polished down to the smallest detail. It takes us months to create them, and even afterward, we do revisions to improve them over time. Secondly, focusing on quantity means you can't dedicate enough time to marketing each individual book, which inevitably leads to needing Amazon ads. It would be impossible to create content for dozens of books every single day. It's much better to have one, maybe two brands to follow with consistency and dedication, and then at most use advertising on those few books that are already performing well thanks to content marketing. We have 4 brands at the moment, but this is our full-time job. There are 2 of us managing everything, and we even outsource some tasks to external people. I know perfectly well that going down this road might seem a lot more complicated than just pumping out a bunch of books and running passive ads, mostly because it requires learning some extra skills and especially in the beginning, investing a bit of your own time. But I've been in that position where I could only invest my time, not my money. Looking back, even if I'd added the cash, I wouldn't have just blindly thrown it into ads. Even today, I still prefer using my completely organic method, and I only use ads for those books that are already performing well on Amazon, the ones with thousands of positive reviews where the ads actually generate truly passive income. Since you've made it this far into the video, I'm sure you're genuinely interested in learning more about how I made it happen. That's why I want to let you know that I've created a completely free community on School where you'll find a free self-publishing course that covers all the topics I consider the pillars of my strategy. It's called Self-Publishing Foundations. The community is brand new, so there are only a few people in there for now, but I want it to become a place where we can give each other advice, share our experiences, and grow together. On the other hand, if you're strictly interested in the TikTok side of things, I've created a specific course that costs less than a dinner at a restaurant, and you can find all the details at elevatepublishers.com. Thanks for sticking around until the end of this video. I hope it inspired you to step up and try something new, something totally different from what you're used to. I see you in the community so we can get to know each other better. I'll be back soon with more content. Bye for now.